The Bowfishing Association of America held its annual spring meeting on March 4th in Nashville, Tennessee, and here are some of the high points of that meeting. The spring meeting is the annual opportunity for BAA members to make proposals, amend bylaws, and recognize the winners of year-long awards. Folks come from around the country to enjoy the camaraderie, talk a little bow fishing, and they get to shape the future of the sport in multiple ways. There was a changing of the guard for 2023, as President Alan Yater and Vice President John Laska stepped down from their positions after 2 years in office. However, Alan is staying on as the director of the Hall of Fame. And stepping into Alan's position is yours truly. And I'm looking forward to the challenges ahead. I will continue to fight for your rights, as well as introduce programs that help build upon our members' enjoyment and generate value. And joining me as Vice President is Jody Bagalki. He will be focusing on driving engagement with the BAA from our membership and monitoring situations that pop up across the nation. Jody is vacating his position as the State Representatives Manager, but thankfully, last year's Hall of Fame inductee, Rich Porter, is stepping into that role to lead our representatives in each state. And staying on in their current roles are Christina Hayden as our Secretary-Treasurer and Jeremiah Norton as our Sanctioning and Points Director. And for the time being, Christina will also assume the role of our Social Media and Marketing Director, and will be helping to manage memberships as well. I'd like to thank Heidi Laska for all of her efforts in managing both memberships and merchandise for the past couple of years. Also, joining the board this year is Diana Clagis, who will serve as our youth coordinator. She is taking over this position from Randy Woodward, and we are looking forward to her contributions. Finally, rounding out the appointments, I will continue to serve as the Adult Records Manager, and Jamie Carroll will continue as the Youth Records Manager. And Jeff Nyball will also continue to support all of our efforts and will be helping with merchandise management and distribution through his company and designs. And we want to thank Jeff for all the years of support he has provided to the BAA. It's important to note that the BAA is still going strong, with 532 paid memberships last year, as well as thousands of free memberships on the books and over 16,000 followers on Facebook. We have a real presence and a voice in the outdoor community, and that voice will only grow stronger as we add members to our ranks. This year's inductees into the BAA's Hall of Fame were Nick Sanders, Mark Jenkins, Marcus Hayes, and Scott Baxter. And the BAA's website has a listing of all the current members of the Hall of Fame, with both pictures and bios. And these worthy recipients will be added there shortly and will also enjoy a lifetime membership to the BAA. The 2022 BAA Bowfisher of the Year Award was awarded to Dustin Meisel. Dustin submitted over 24 state and world records throughout the year to take top honors. There were over 260 records submitted by both adult and youth bowfishers in 2022, spreading across 38 states. And the 2022 Youth Bowfisher of the Year was awarded to Logan Gregoire. And at 17 years old, this is the last year he could qualify for that award. Thanks to his placement points from sanctioned tournaments and his Texas State and Youth World Record smallmouth buffalo, he won the award for the third time in his bowfishing career. This meeting was also well attended by members of the Bowfishing Association of Michigan. Michigan will be hosting the 2023 World Championship on May 20th, and Jesse Hurst provided updates on the preparations. He said donations are rolling in, and multiple auctions are planned over the next few weeks to help raise money for the event. So look to the BAA's Facebook page for these auctions. Simultaneously, the team is continuing to work on event logistics and is planning for about 100 boats to attend. Prize pots are on the rise, and the payouts should be significant. Now, as far as proposals to be heard and voted on, here's a brief recap of each proposal and the outcome. Proposal 1 was to formally add the Hall of Fame and the Youth Coordinator positions to the Board of Directors in the bylaws, and this passed unanimously. Proposal 2 was passed to create a scholarship fund for seniors that are planning to attend college after high school. $1,000 will be earmarked and will be split and awarded to 2 recipients. The awards will be granted to high school seniors that submit essays to the Youth Coordinator which outline how bowfishing has impacted their lives. The board will then vote on the winning essays and invite the winners to the following spring meeting. But more details will be forthcoming and posted on the BAA's website. Proposal 3 was passed to forego the tournament sanctioning fees for the upcoming year. Tournament directors will still need to apply before their tournament is held and be prepared to share results if requested. However, it will also be up to each member to submit points from qualifying tournaments. This should make the competition fierce in the upcoming year, as nearly all tournaments entered could help contribute to point totals. Proposal 4 was passed as well, which realigned the Youth Bowfisher of the Year point structure to more closely align to the adult structure, with the notable exception that attending sanctioned tournaments will not contribute to the youth point totals. This effectively levels the playing field, as all youth shooters will only be vying for record points in 2023. By setting youth state, youth world, as well as adult records, these will all help boost point totals. And I'm excited to see who comes out on top this year, as the competition should be stout, especially when these kids focus on the prize and have supportive adults on their side. Now please note that to qualify for either Adult or Youth Bowfisher of the Year, the shooter must be a paid member with at least a premium membership, and I'm planning another video soon that will really go into detail on both of these competitions. Proposal 5 focused on removing the North versus South restriction for World's bids, which happens in opposite years. This would open the playing field back up and allow bids from anywhere to be considered, and if more than 2 bids are received, then there would be a runoff vote to get the 2 most popular choices, and from there, another vote would be held and the winner selected. It's also notable that no host can hold the tournament in consecutive years, which allows the tournament to travel around. And this proposal passed after some lengthy debate. Proposal 6 was to reduce the time for no bows in the boat prior to the World's tournament to just 24 hours. Right now, it's at the tournament director's discretion to choose from 24 to 72 hours prior. And the attraction of more shooting for out-of-state teams was the primary positive, but the consideration that fishing holes could be shot out was the primary detractor. And the ultimate vote declined this proposal, so it's still up to the tournament director to set this restriction. Now, there were 2 additional proposals that were brought up by members in attendance that were also discussed and both passed. The first solidified the understanding that no more than 2 boats can be used to scout for Worlds 7 days prior to the event. And secondly, it was decided to restore the option to have a lifetime membership. However, there are additional conversations needed and guidelines required from the board to make this a reality. It's truly inspiring to be a part of this organization and to be surrounded by people who are so passionate about protecting and promoting the sport. If you have not already done so, please consider joining the BAA and, if available, your local club too. These volunteer organizations are doing all they can to keep the sport in a good light and help you become a better bowfisher through both knowledge and opportunity. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe to this channel as well, and check out these videos for even more great information about the BAA and local bowfishing clubs. Thanks for watching, and you have my promise that I will work on your behalf to keep the BAA strong, relevant, and forward-thinking as we progress through the coming year. And I look forward to your continued support.